Her 9000's game room.
So I've now had my Xbox Series X, well, since release, so a couple of weeks really. And I am absolutely loving it. It's a little bit strange to have a new console where basically the operating system and all the screens like that look exactly the same as your last console, but it's also kind of welcoming. You're not having to adapt to anything new. The level of backwards compatibility is also fantastic. I just basically unplugged my external hard drive from my Xbox S and plugged it straight into this thing. So this has allowed me to continue on with my older games with basically no trouble at all. But also, as an owner of Game Pass, I've been able to download updates for a couple of my games like Gears 5 and Horizon 4. I've also been able to download and try Tetris Effect, which you'll see I've reviewed. And it basically means that because I paid this up to a long time ages ago while it was on offer, I'm always going to have something to play. I've managed to use various sales to get Mortal Kombat 11 complete, Yakuza Like a Dragon and Watch Dogs Legion for very little. Well, very little at least in terms of what you'd expect to pay nowadays for a game for a brand new console. And I've gotten used to the new joypad. Basically, very little's changed on it. The only thing I was a little bit concerned about was the D-pad, because when you look at it, to me it doesn't look as good or nice as an Xbox One normal D-pad. Actually, I'm pleasantly surprised. It plays perfectly fine, and I don't mind it at all. I don't think it's any worse. But it has to be said that it's amazing that you can just use Xbox One pads. Yeah, it's great to use this brand new pad, but it's cool that if I want to do multiplayer, I don't have to go out and buy another pad. I do think it's a little bit rubbish that Microsoft didn't include an internal battery in the pad, and instead you either have to buy an official or unofficial one of these or keep messing around with AA batteries. I do think it's a little bit kind of old-fashioned to have the old AAs. I've solved this by buying a dock, and it feels much more natural. I'm also not a great fan of the fact that you can't plug in an external solid-state density drive to run Xbox X Series games off, and that you instead have to buy this little overpriced hard drive that tucks in at the back. I do think that's one area that Sony's got it slightly better. Maybe though, after people have complained and time's moved on and it's been used as sort of a weapon against them for reasons Sony are better, maybe they'll alter this in some form of update. You never know. After all, it wasn't until relatively late in the PlayStation 4's life that you could actually use an external hard drive for games. So we have seen that things that have been called almost impossible to start with or ignored can later be rectified. No matter what machine you're on about though, a machine's only as strong as the games that are on it. And you can see I did a preliminary review of Yakuza Like a Dragon and Watch Dogs Legion, as well as reviewing Gears of War Tactics and Tetris. Now, Gears of War Tactics I think is amazing. I really like it. Great game. And it's on Game Pass, which is definitely a plus. Tetris, same. Very fun game. It's on Game Pass. For me, the title I've brought so far with my own money that's a standout is Yakuza Like a Dragon. I only did a preliminary review of it because I'd only played 6 hours at the time, but I'm now closer to about 46 and I cannot get enough of that game. Granted, it's not an exclusive. It is on the PS4 and the Xbox One, and apparently it's coming to the PS5 at some point in the future. But still, great game. Things I'm looking forward to. Well, obviously, I'm looking forward to Phoenix Rising, which is coming soon. I think that looks very good. And then there'll be things like Scorn and the new Elder Scrolls that we'll have to wait a little while for, and Fable, of course. And although Horizon 4 is very good as an upgraded game, it'll be great to see what a Forza Horizon built from the ground up for this machine will play like. Anyway, that's about all I'm going to say at the moment. The main thing though is I haven't regretted spending the money on this machine. Some machines I have. I absolutely love my Switch now, but I must admit for about the first year of its life I regretted buying it. It was only during the second year of its life that I really got into it and was thankful that I had it. Whereas I think I feel thankful that I've got the X series pretty much from the start, so let's hope it doesn't do anything to turn that around. Okay, that's Kerr9000 signing off saying keep on gaming.